Lombardi Sweep. For the first time in a long time, the whole crew is here. I'm Zach. Last week, I was dying and Luke was working. Janet made her triumphant return with just Trevor, but that was all that was needed, I'm sure. But everyone's here. Trevor, Luke, Janet, myself, possibly for the last time this season, depending on what the Packers do.
Before we start, I have a bone to pick with Trevor. Tell me, telling Janet that Moon Man is not good beer is like the worst thing that I've ever heard in my life.
Really? Moon Man's great.
Yeah, Janet was on here like, I had Spotted Cow. What else should I try? I heard Moon Man's good. And Trevor goes, no, don't get it. Moon Man sucks.
It's not good.
Somebody told me Moon Man was better than Spotted Cow.
It is.
I like Spotted Cow more, but Moon Man's good. I mean, also, it's an IPA, isn't it, technically?
Yeah.
Can we stop acting like Spotted Cow is this amazing thing?
For whatever reason, people who haven't had real beer before, it tastes the greatest of all time. So, like, I like it, but we got to understand we're spoiled here. You know?
Yeah, I was going to say that. Fair. You guys have some of the best beers across the United States. Like, don't get me wrong. I try a lot here in Texas, and they don't taste the same.
Texas whiskey's good, though. And Wisconsin whiskey is not.
No, not at all.
It could be also, it might be like the weather, too. I don't know why. Like, the weather could play a big factor. Over here, it's always like 150 degrees. So.
We're inside brewing beer. We got nothing else to do all winter. We had to figure it out.
Well, maybe it's a hot take, but I think drinking when it's cold is more fun than drinking when it's warm out.
I don't think it's a hot take.
Okay.
Orange cola?
Like, who wants to, if it's like 100 degrees, I mean, I'll drink summer shandy until, I puke, but that's not getting drunk either, though.
And it also gets warm too quick. It's not fun.
Well, that's why you got to pound it.
Yeah. It's really fun to put beer outside in the winter instead of in the refrigerator.
For sure. Yes. Or like a pail of brandy slush outside.
Yep.
When it's too cold.
That could be it too, because I drink really slow and the beer stays cold. Versus here in Texas, it starts getting hot halfway through, and I just like.
There's nothing more depressing than like a half-filled warm beer.
Well,
you have said that there is nothing more depressing at least 3 times already, and the show has only heard one.
Tells you the mood I'm in, I guess. Packers are almost making the playoffs, and I have to hear about it. Go Bears, says Garner. And I mean, I don't necessarily disagree. We'll get to that. I still think it's interesting that you guys super hate the Bears because the side of the state you're on. Like, I never really understood it because the rivalry over here obviously is way more intense with the Vikings. Like, I hate the Vikings. If I was in a situation where I didn't really care if the Packers won or lost, I'm still going to root against the Vikings. This week, I kind of like this Bears team. I don't mind the Bears.
No, trust me. I understand what you say with the Vikings when I lived in lacrosse for 5 years. Moving back to Green Bay, Bears have just overtaken that as maybe my most hated team in sports now that Coach K is out of Duke. But the Lions are quickly climbing, but it's certainly the Bears. Like, fuck the Bears. I think like one of the most famous moments on the show is my Bears rant. I stand by that. Like, fuck the Bears. Fuck everything about Chicago. Like, just a shit ass city. I don't know what Justin feels like. You're talking, there's nothing to do in Green Bay. Yeah, I'd really love to go down to Chicago and get fucking murdered instead of being.
You know what? I want to go on a rant on Chicago too. Luke, you're right too. In Wisconsin, we have fucking morals here. I was driving down to Chicago. Well, okay, morals maybe not the right word, but I was driving down to Chicago. And I was drinking water to stay hydrated as people do. And I'm just trying to stop and find a bathroom. Nobody has fucking public restrooms down there. It's like, no wonder why you're
murdered in there.
Like this.
Exactly, yeah. That's for your safety.
Horrible ass city. It's ridiculous. It's bad.
Yeah, that's my least favorite city in the country. It has to be. I hate Chicago.
It wasn't all the hype that people say it is. I went to like the biggest Starbucks there, or like in the world or whatever, because they have the biggest Starbucks there. And then after that, there was really nothing else to do. So
I almost murdered a homeless guy. That could have made it a little bit more. on one of the off ramps. He was in the center and he charged at me. I just swerved to miss him. That would have been on my conscience. Like that's how.
Zach, haven't you ever heard the rules? If something is coming towards your car, you just keep going straight because then you can cause an accident. Should have just gone straight.
If I didn't like get my Jeep that week, I would have done it. Like,
and also like Navy Pier isn't cute. Like you have a Ferris wheel. That's all you have there. You don't have anything else.
Seattle has a Ferris wheel.
Yeah, like everybody's got a Ferris wheel.
Green Bay has a
You have one.
We have one at Six Flags.
there you go.
And you probably see less homeless people on the way down.
Stupid ass metal beam pisses me off too.
Like, it's the worst structure. The bean is the dumbest piece of shit in the entire country, and I stand by it.
I like the bean because I am a bean.
Jesus.
I respect it. No one else can laugh at that.
Hey, I'm here.
She really put us in a spot. I was wondering where you're going with that. Okay. Yeah. So we're in week 18.
Yeah, we are.
And Packers got a win to get in. Matt LaFleur has not lost to the Chicago Bears. Will that start now? We shall see. We'll be going over the injury report. We'll be talking about last game in a little bit, giving our predictions for this game. And obviously, if the Packers win and they continue on into the playoffs, we'll be here next week doing the same. Anything to talk about the New Year's Eve game against the Vikings? Sort of a game, I suppose. I didn't really watch it. I had other things going on because why watch that game? Why watch Jaron Reed? And then they switched to Nick Mullins, which they should have done the entire game. But any main takeaways at all?
No, I mean, it was a game, right, that the Packers come in. I believe they're favored in the game. They come in, they did what they needed to do against a shitty quarterback, against, I'll say against two shitty quarterbacks, against not a great defense. Say what you want about McConnell or O'Connell, whatever. Like, Packers got the job done. Jordan Love looked awesome. Jaden Reed, awesome. Aaron Jones, awesome. Their guys made the plays. The Packers did what they need to. It's very encouraging to see that, given what we saw, 8 weeks ago when the Packers lost, 4 in a row. So there's definitely some major strides that were made as a team as a whole. Like this team, all of us, I think every single fan out there included, they chalked this up to not even a rebuilding season. I guess we kind of did a rebuilding season, but not a rebuilding season, but more of a season of, can Jordan Love play quarterback? I think Jordan Love can play quarterback. Obviously, there's a long way to go. There's shit going, shit that's not great. But he's shown that he is at least somewhat talented to play quarterback. I think that's beyond us now. I think the Packers were in a spot they didn't think they were going to be in, and I think now they're at a spot where they beat inferior teams, and which is what they did last week, which was awesome to see. Now I know the Bears are they've been playing very well lately. The Packers' offensive scheme doesn't really match up with the Bears' defense, so it'll be a much more interesting game to see that against the Bears and the Vikings. But once again, like, you saw what you need to see out of Jordan Love, great. You saw what you need to see out of Aaron Jones, great. You saw what you need to see out of Jaden Reed, great. Loved it. Tucker Kraft been awesome lately. So I'm very encouraged.
I agree with Luke. Although I feel like what we've been talking about all season long is consistency, and we're already week 18, about to go into week 18, and there's still no consistency.
Bingo.
Yeah.
We overreact on a week by week basis. Like, that's been the season. That's fine, but let's just admit it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I knew Jordan Love was good. Next week, man, Jordan Love can't play. Can't wait to find our new quarterback. It's just back and forth. This week, the only take I don't understand from this week, you can be super excited about Jordan Love. That's fine. Like, he played well, obviously. There's no reason to say he didn't. I don't understand the Matt LaFleur cracked the code of the Vikings defense thing. When was the Vikings defense good?
Never.
Like, that's the big take, that like Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur figured it out. Look how good they are. The only thing was block, and then their secondary's trash. That's all it was. So I don't. That's what I don't understand. But they did what they're supposed to do. Great.
Yeah, I guess kind of related to Love. Like, we need to stop doing this dumb shit. And if you do this on Twitter, please, for the love of God, stop. Don't just post stats of, like, if I see one more person going Jordan Love versus the MVP leader, Like, Jesus Christ, tell me you don't watch football without telling me you don't watch football. It's absolutely insane. There's more to that. Jordan Love has been a solid quarterback. That's great. Like, let's stop acting like this dude deserves a Pro Bowl nod or anything like that just because of his paper stats are great. Ask him to throw a deep ball and then see again if he needs to go in the Pro Bowl or should be in MVP talks.
Okay, I will say, though, he's very flexible, which is pretty cool to see him.
Janet, I was laughing very hard at that picture of the space that you put on
To
Twitter.
see him, like, bend the way he has and stretch the way he has, I think that has been pretty cool.
I agree, 100%.
That's fair. I can't dispute that. What I said with Eric in Green Bay on their radio show or whatever this week is, like, I think Jordan Love's to your point, Luke. I think Jordan Love's proven that you can win with him.
Yep.
I still don't think you'll win because of him, but I think you can win with him. The issue becomes, and it's what we talked about before and why I was so angry, why we were all so angry at Gutekunst, is it doesn't really matter. Like, at this point now, that's great. Jordan Love's good. The Packers Super Bowl window is next year. So if we don't win next year, then it is what it is. Because either the quarterback you pay has to be so good that it lifts everybody up around you, or they have to be so cheap that you can build a team around him. Right now, he's so cheap that you can build a team around him. The Packers are going to extend him this offseason. They're going to pay him.
Yep.
And then he's just going to be one of the, he's going to be a highly paid quarterback that takes up a bunch of cap room. And now he's going to have to make everybody else around him. Can he do that? I personally don't think so. I think his best play continues to be an underthrown deep ball, but maybe he can continue to grow. I think he's kind of has potential, but we shall see.
Well, that brings us into a next year where it's going to be another, and it's a lot different than a wait and see this year. Wait and see what he's got this year. It's going to be another wait and see next year, right? Too, to see what he does when he, like you said, Zach. They're not going to be able to, once they give Jordan Love the money, they're not going to be able to get, like a Mike Evans and Jalen Waddle both around him. It's going to be the same guys. Can he continue to make those guys better? And that's just me another wait and see thing.
Right. And how much confidence do you have in the supporting cast right now? Because I don't think anyone should have confidence in Christian Watson.
It would be hard if you do.
Like, it's a coin flip if he's out there. And again, he has to be 100% to be out there. He doesn't play hurt. He's either hurt or he's not.
And the ball needs to be placed perfectly in his hands.
Exactly. And, how many times does that happen? Because Jordan Love, again, he just doesn't have the arm talent. I think mentally he's got it figured out. Yeah. And that's why we've seen the light switch kind of flip. Like, he knows where to look now. He knows where his eyes should go. All of that is good. He's making the right decisions for the most part. It's just, it's maybe a 50-50 shot that the ball is going to be placed in the right spot. And then if it's further than 20 yards downfield, it's almost definitely going to be underthrown. The best part about last game was the Vikings, all they did is they brought pressure. Jordan Love backpedaled a couple steps, bought enough time to just throw it up. It was so severely underthrown that the receiver had to, come back for it. But there's nobody out there defending. Like, the Vikings secondary is so bad where it's like, okay, I can just wait here for the ball and catch it because there's 15 yards of space. This week, Bears are going to do the similar thing. They're just better at bringing the pressure. They're going to bring pressure. Montez Sweat's going to be on them. Bears secondary is better than the Vikings. It's still not that good. So that's going to be the difference between Jordan Love having another great day or Jordan Love having a New York Giants type of day,
Mm-hmm. Shout out Bo Melton, too.
Yeah. First 100-yard receiver for the Packers this year.
Yeah, you know why? Fucking Sean Clifford at the end of the game. That's why.
That was the worst thrown ball I've seen in my entire goddamn life.
Let Sean Clifford cook. Let's just get him out.
No. Take him the fuck off the field.
Trevor, we went through this in the preseason. Sean Clifford's a better quarterback than
I was
Jordan
on his
Love.
side until I saw that ball hang in the rafters for 20 seconds too long.
Trevor, how can you not deny the stats that Sean Clifford has the highest completion percentage out of any quarterback who's ever played football?
They said it couldn't be done.
Right.
Sean Clifford's a dog. I don't know what to say. He'll throw it through the fucking defender. It doesn't matter.
You're right. He's a dog and he throws like a little bitch because that was about 20 yards underthrown.
Trevor, we've watched that with Jordan Love all year. What's the difference other than Chuck Clifford's cheaper?
Jordan Love underthrows by about 10 yards. Clifford underthrew by like 20 to 30.
Trevor, Tua Tagovailoa is top 4 in MVP voting for underthrowing balls.
Yeah. Doesn't mean it's right. It means people are stupid who vote on it.
That's today's NFL. It is what it is. Name a quarterback who's good this year that doesn't underthrow.
Yeah.
Other than, I mean, he's not good, I guess. I was going to say Josh Allen, but he's not good. Espinoza is 8-9 that bad of a record? No. Is it that good of a record?
It's not a good record, but it's a good record for this Packers team given the expectations at the start of the year. It's
the worst record for this Packers team because once again we're treading water and we're not going to get better and we're not going to get worse. I hate it. I hate living in fucking purgatory. Let's make a decision. Let's do something. Let's move. Let's shake.
Boogie.
Yeah, like I don't know. Who cares? Who cares? It is what it is.
Yeah, who even likes football? What the fuck is this?
I don't know at this point. I mean, we got Badgers basketball to watch.
Hell yeah.
Can't wait to get my hopes and dreams crushed by them. That's my favorite time of year, by the way. The moment there's about a 1 week span where I believe in the Badgers.
Yeah, middle of February.
Yeah, and then they lose to Rutgers or something.
Let me tell you, Greg Gard, man, as long as he is the head coach, they will take out the rug from under you every single year.
Well, I hate Greg Gard. There's no... He's never convinced me of anything.
His brother's better. I'll shout it from the mountaintop. His brother's better.
I think Gard's a good coach. He just can't recruit worse shit.
There's no way Greg Gard's brother looks any different than Greg Gard, right?
A little bit, actually, yeah.
Really? I feel like that entire family looks exactly like Greg Gard.
You know what was great? Since we're on college basketball, was Shaka Smart just playing defense for Marquette and stopping Shireman from going left on that possession.
Smart. Hey, heady play.
Right.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Anything else to say about the Vikings game?
No, I don't think so. Shout out Jordan Love for getting NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Good job. Good job. This week, obviously, like I said, winning you're in for the Packers. If they lose, they're going to have to get some help from the Seahawks and the Saints.
Eerily similar to last year.
Right? Weird. It's like we're not any better, but we're not really worse either.
It's like we got the same script as last year.
It's almost like the treading water metaphor is exactly correct.
It's also funny how everybody's like, oh, we can make the playoffs, not pointing out that if we had just beat one dog shit team in the middle of the year, we wouldn't need this game.
Not giving up 12 points in the fourth quarter to Atlanta.
Or, the Giants or the Bucks or,
On that same thought, like the Saints hit that last second field goal, this season's already over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Okay, so Packers, Bears come to town. Packers favored by 3, 44.5 over under, so a little bit higher than what we have seen from the Packers, I would say. Bears have been rolling. Their defense has been one of the best over the past month, and then now their offense is playing really well as well. Justin Fields is actually throwing the ball pretty well. Seems like DJ Moore is the only one catching passes, but it feels like he's always open somehow. In terms of injury report, the Packers have a Bible long, but I'll try to hit it quickly here. In terms of players who did not practice today, Wednesday night, we are recording this. We got A.J. Dillon with a thumb and a neck, Rudy Ford with a hamstring, Elton Jenkins with a knee and ankle. I think Rudy Ford's kind of questionable, but I think the other two are good to go. Isaiah McDuffie, concussion, neck, obviously he's questionable at best. Preston Smith with an ankle, I feel like he's fine. And then limited, basically the rest of the team. I expect, just looking at all the people who are limited, I think all of them are going to go. And that includes, obviously, Jair is back.
Yep.
We didn't get to talk about him last week. I'm sure you guys did. But fucking what a show by Jair. What a guy. That was my favorite moment of the year. I love Jair so much. TJ Slayton should be fine. Christian Watson's going to play. Any other pass catch? I think Dontavian Wicks should come back. It should be good to go. But yeah, so we are going to see the full Luke Musgrave as well should be back. So I think this is the first time all year that the full array of weapons are going to be there. So then my big question becomes, is Matt LaFleur going to have sort of paralysis by overanalysis type of thing? Because he seems like that type of guy. Like, oh, look at all these weapons. I got to get everybody one touch.
It's
and
like
we're going to have no rhythm.
It's like fantasy drafts in Madden, where you want to get everyone involved, and you end up throwing 6 picks in a game.
Yeah, I'm legitimately worried. He feels like we need to get a jet sweep with every guy. We need to get now we can run this trick play that we've had in our pocket since week 3, since Luke Musgrave's back or something.
Hell yeah!
I mean, like, I feel like that's what's gonna happen, and we just need to play. We just need to not make a mistake, and you beat the Bears. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That team, man, they have a swagger to them now. They've won 4 out of 5.
I think
swagger.
I know Trevor needs to knock it. That word needs to get out of his vocab. But I said the Bears are the second best team in the division prior to this year. Looked bad in the beginning. Now they're kind of looking like it. This is far from a cakewalk. Like, the Bears are a good team, obviously, but the Packers aren't a bad team. I don't know. Any thoughts? Any keys, Janet? What are you thinking going up against the Bears this week?
Our offense needs to hold on to the ball as much as possible, because once Justin Fields gets the ball, he's going to want to run with it. You don't want him to throw it. You want him to throw it. Sorry, because he has seven interceptions the past 5 games against the Packers. So you want him to throw it. You don't want him to run with it, because once he runs with it, I mean, he's going to slice through our defense like cheesecake. Yeah. I honestly, right now, my favorite player has been Reed.
Hell yeah.
Reed and Jones. So I know it sounds easy, but Matt LaFleur is going to make it hard and not give it to the players that have been hot right now. So I would just say for us to, run that ball down the field. Yeah. I'm like, honestly, they're so inconsistent. And Zach is asking us, is 8-9 that bad of a record? No, but when you look at how inconsistent we are, that is the record we deserve.
Yep.
8-9. Because we're either 50-50. We're all in or we're all out. So this game, it does have me kind of scared. Trevor asked me last show if it scared me a bit, and it really does.
No, yeah, Janet, I agree. And to your point about, Justin Fields kind of and his rushing ability, like, I know we've I'm not going to say I've been harping on him, but we've been talking about Rashawn Gary for as long as the show has been alive, right? Like, this game is won or lost by Rashawn Gary. Comes inside, Justin Fields going to run for 100 yards. You need to stick on the run. You need to stop Justin Fields. This is another game where, like, it's probably the Bears' biggest game in the last 4 years, right? Like, this is their Super Bowl the last 4 years. They're going to be cheap shots. They're going to be dirty shots. It's a divisional game, the oldest rivalry in the NFL. Like, the Bears want to win this game. The Packers need to get over the humps. No, bitching about shit going on, whatever. Like, just be the better football team. And I think, Zach, I've been against you all year on this, but I think the Packers are the better team than the Bears. And maybe that's my fandom saying, fuck the Bears and everything. But once again, it's a very obvious key, but don't let Justin Fields run, right? Just let him throw the ball. You got to have guys all over the place. I hope Isaiah McDuffie is healthy and ready to play. I assume Devondre Campbell's not playing in this game.
He's back full at practice. Packers are going to make the playoffs. He's healthy.
I'm going to be honest. I don't love Devondre Campbell playing in this game as opposed to Isaiah McDuffie. Like, Isaiah McDuffie's been playing good football all year. Like, he's been flying around everywhere. He seems like a guy who can take out Justin Fields. Devondre Campbell does not feel like that, so that kind of worries me a little bit. But to your point, Janet, just be consistent. Stop the guys you need to stop and do the easy things on offense. Take what they give you and get a win here. And
that too, I think because the Bears are already they got eliminated from the playoffs already. They're just going to play. They don't care right now. They really don't care. They're just going to play balls out.
Well, Luke, you hit it on the head with the cheap shot. Like, this is a game. Like, I don't give a fuck. You can yell at me or say, that's not the way the game's meant to be played. You lay a lick on Justin Fields. Remind them that they're the little bitch from down south, and who's the boss? Like, who's Halpern? You lay a cheap shot. I'm not saying throw him down like Jim McMahon back in the day, but like let him fool you, because I guarantee you Justin Fields will be changed by that hit. Like guys like Brett Favre, they wouldn't eat like. He will be changed if you hit him. Hit him, lay the boom, and just don't do stupid shit and get your playmakers the goddamn ball. I'm so sick and tired of NFL teams not doing that and then being like, I wonder why we lost. Like, it's because you don't give your best players the ball. Just do that and hit Fields and you should be fine.
There's got to be, and sorry, Zach, before you go here, but there's got to be some thought to, like, if I'm the Bears, I'm sticking with Justin Fields next year, but there's got to be some thought to, like, Justin Fields' job maybe on the line here, right? Given the Bears draft capital.
Yeah.
I mean, if he loses all offseason, no matter what the Lions do, obviously the best team in the division, whatever, still the number one thing for all these teams is you got to beat the Packers. Like, the Packers have ruled the division forever. And if Justin Fields is still, has he had a win over the Packers yet? I don't think so, right? Yeah. So, I mean, that's going to be talked about. It has to be. And that's a real thing. It should be. But yeah, I completely agree. Packers need to set the tone. I just don't think they're going to be able to. Like, talking about the Bears offensive line, you got Tevin Jenkins, Luke Patrick, and then you got the rookie Darnell Wright. Those are three guys that are just fucking nasty.
Well, and Mercedes
guys I've talked about a lot. Right. Mercedes Lewis wasn't going to cheap shot people, but I'm telling you, those three will.
Yeah.
And they will. If you push Justin Fields after the play, they're going to come after you like that. They'll do it regardless. They're going to eat you. And that's their whole thing. So Rashawn Gary is going to be going against the rookie Darnell Wright. You got to make a rookie pay. You have to do it. I think he's going to make Rashawn Gary pay. He's tougher. He's tougher than Rashawn Gary. That's not a debate.
Well, I'm talking about cheap shots. Like that seems like a Jair Alexander specialty. Like as he's running out of bounds, just smoking them. Like if we're talking about dogs on the team, I would say Jair Alexander on defense, and I don't think there's another one.
No, I mean Quay. But he's kind of
pit bull.
You guys talking dogs? TJ Slayton.
Yeah, I am partial to TJ Slayton for sure.
He's one of those pugs that has their nose stuffed so far back they can't breathe.
Used to. Yeah, don't make fun of a pug. Not on this show, Trevor. Read the room.
Puma's so depressed.
Stu, if you didn't miss us, you're good. And Mikey, we'll give our predictions in a second. Mikey's thinking 26-23 Bears. He thinks the Bears going to be last year's Lions, beat the Packers, kick them out of the playoffs, then win the division next year. Certainly a bold take, but with the Bears draft capital, they're in position to do good things. I don't trust the Bears to do those good things, but they certainly could. They could build a very good team quickly. Will they? Probably not. But yeah. So Bears, in terms of the Bears for injury report, by the way, short. But we got Jalen Johnson, DB, didn't practice today with a shoulder. Cole Kmet didn't practice with a knee. Darnell Mooney is concussed right now. That would be huge if Darnell Mooney doesn't play. I think he, in my opinion, is the most questionable out of them. Cole Kmet should play.
Well, it'll be huge, right? If Darnell Mooney doesn't have to play, that means DJ Moore has to stretch the field, and I don't necessarily know that's where DJ Moore is the best at stretching the field in his game.
Right. Like, I would assume EQ probably then has to play a ton of snaps, and
right.
I mean, we know what EQ is. He's fine. I say that he's probably going to burn us or something, but I'm not too afraid of him, to be honest. But yeah, so I think you guys are all right. I mean, Packers need to milk the clock. Are they going to be able to milk the clock? That's the issue. Bears run defense is really good. Will the Packers stick to the run and commit to the run if they have a loss of one? And we've seen in the past that they don't, but will they this time? Maybe. Maybe Matt LaFleur's turn to pitch. I don't know. I really don't know. And will, Joe Barry string together a couple good games? Will he truly just, preach, keep Justin Fields in the pocket, and that's the only thing we got to do this game? Because truly, if the Packers force Justin Fields to be a pocket quarterback, we should be able to win.
Yeah.
Like, easy.
I like Justin Fields, but he's not a pocket quarterback. That was the issue the first month of the year when they tried to make him a pocket quarterback and he sucked. And that's what happened last year, the first month of the year, when they tried to make him a pocket quarterback and he sucked. So all we got to do is plant our asses on the fucking edge, keep them inside, and then just tell them to throw the ball. Preston Smith is a little banged up. Hopefully he's good to go and play a full, allotment of snaps. We know the Packers are going to do a rotation at edge for whatever goddamn reason. So Rashawn Gary will probably play a third of the snaps at best. So then we're also asking Van Ness to contain the edge. We're asking Enigbare to do so. I trust him probably more than anyone not named Preston Smith. But, that kind of has to be the biggest deal.
Preston Smith is a corner, though.
he is certainly asked to do that sometimes. Boy. Yeah, it's going to be tough. And I swear to God, if Velus Jones has a career day against us, since we keep letting people have career days, and if Devondre Campbell's covering Velus Jones in the slot, I don't know. Like, I'm not going to be surprised, so I'm not even going to say I'll be angry. I don't know what to do.
It sounds like you already are angry.
Well, I just don't understand.
No, I agree.
Why do we have inside linebackers if we're not even playing them inside? And why are we having linebackers cover slot corners? I don't get it. It's so stupid. It's like Joe Barry read all of Packers Twitter say, "Oh, Devondre Campbell's a good coverage guy, so let's put him in coverage." Maybe Packers Twitter doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. Maybe. I don't know.
I like
Jaden Reed is GOAT.
Jaden Reed is good. He's been the MVP of the offense in my opinion.
Yeah,
he's been great all year.
So I read this thing today, and I was so proud of him. It said that he has been targeted 48 times without any drops since week 10, the most in the NFL during that span.
Hell yeah.
That's like the opposite of a young Packers receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Usually they don't know how to catch yet.
I like that I think I said this last time I was on, but I like that we've been doing the show for 4 years, and time is a flat circle. Our very first episode we talked about it, and we're still talking about Joe Barry.
Time is a flat circle.
Truly, like, we've recycled everything, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would love to talk about other things.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to progress in either direction. Again, anyway, better or worse, that's fine.
I've switched 3 jobs in the time we've still talked about get Aaron Jones the fucking ball.
It was before COVID. Before COVID.
Wait, I was a 4th grade teacher. I was a kindergarten teacher.
Janet's almost got the elementary school cycle going here.
Yeah.
Now I work in the refineries.
Yeah.
Honestly, legitimately, like, we started the show before COVID, and we're still having the same discussion.
About everything.
Yeah.
We haven't adjusted anything.
Right.
It blows my mind. I don't get it. We've lost coaches and we still are just running the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Free Aaron. Agreed.
Yes.
Aaron Jones should have 20 touches at a minimum this game.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
And now that we're actually running the ball with him, which is great, we're not even throwing him the ball anymore.
No. He said, fuck that.
Like, isn't the whole thing that Aaron Jones, if you give him the ball in space, he's going to make magic happen? Isn't that the whole thing with him?
That's what it's been the last 4 years.
That's it. Like, the first half of the year, it's like, I don't know if Jordan Love can do it. The only person he can complete passes to is Aaron Jones. And now that he can complete passes to other people, it doesn't mean we can't complete passes to Jones. Joey says, I feel like Barry will have a good plan. We shall see. Good communication is key. Need McDuffie healthy. Blitz Quay or Nixon. McDuffie, very, very questionable. Obviously, concussion could go either way. Blitz Quay or Nixon. Yes, as long as it's like a zone blitz where we can contain. If we're just going to bring pressure overload aside and just say, hey, Justin Fields, read which side we're bringing extra bodies and just run to the other way, then it's going to be a disaster. Quay, truly, if there's one reason to have Quay Walker on your football team, it's to play spy on Justin Fields.
Yep. Kind of feels like that's why they drafted him.
That's why they should have drafted him.
Right.
That's not why we drafted him. We drafted him because he played for Georgia. We're like, he's so athletic. Just like another Georgia guy who should be cut from the team. Oh, shit. Is Eric Stokes going to have to cover Darnell Mooney this week?
Is Eric Stokes even going to play football ever again?
I know.
I hope not. He doesn't. He's so bad, guys. Like, I understand it. Again, it's everything we've complained about since literally draft night. Like, within the hour that he was drafted, everything has been exactly correct. But holy shit, he's not good.
Somebody asked me, "Isn't that Kevin King?" And I was like, "Dude, Kevin King hasn't been on our team." And he's like, "Oh, then who's that guy?" And
Kevin King was decent for a little bit at least.
I was like, "Oh, that's Stokes," and he's like, "Oh, I thought he was Kevin King."
Kevin King was okay when healthy. He was just never healthy. But I would prefer him to. He did something. He tried to stay in front of somebody.
Yeah.
Stokes literally doesn't even try to stay in front of somebody. He just chases. That's his whole technique. It's insane. Great job getting rid of Rasul Douglas's Stoof. I know. Isn't that weird? Like, wouldn't he be useful right now? Kevin Gates, greater than Kevin King.
No way. Kevin Gates sucks.
Preston Smith style corner. True. That is. Kevin King is kind of a Preston Smith style corner. He really was. He was another guy who was like, oh my God, he's so athletic. Look how big he's built. Let's draft him and make him into a good player. Oh yeah, we don't have coaches. Uh-oh.
Still pissed about that.
Should be. You should be.
Okay, this Washington college football team is good. That Washington college football team was awesome.
They had dogs. They were good.
Yeah.
They were very good. Packers just need like developmental positional coaches other than an offensive line. Like, we don't have any. Like, I believe in Butkus for obvious reasons, but we have nothing else. Like, no one gets better. That's why, like, thank God Jaden Reed came ready to go. Because, like, if he did it, he's not he wouldn't have grown, as we've seen with Christian Watson and unfortunately Romeo Doubs and all of them. It's just, it is what it is. But let's get rid of the negative. Let's talk about this Bears game. Let's give our predictions. Trevor, why don't you start? What's your Bears-Packers prediction? Do the Packers live to see another week of football?
No. No. Like I want to say yes. But like, get rid of the narrative, and it's mostly died down, but like, people don't care about going to Lambeau. Nobody's scared anymore. Absolutely nobody about going to Lambeau in January or whatever. It's not going to be cold either, and it's the Bears.
I don't like that. We need to make it cold somehow.
No.
Yeah, find a way.
For this game, we have to. How depressing is a January, a mild January Packer game?
I love it, to be honest.
Bad. It's not the frozen tundra anymore.
Someone who lives here, I love it.
It's the kind of damp tundra at this point. But like, who do I trust in more? Bears that want revenge that suck but have nothing to lose, or Packers that have everything to lose and have played 50-50 ball and have gotten very lucky a lot of times? I think Justin Fields has a statement game. It's not saying much, but I think he does. I think we don't contain him, and I think 23-21 Bears.
It's a hill that I'm probably going to die on, but fuck Justin Fields. I still think he sucks. He's not a good quarterback. We've had this conversation how many times on this show. Stoof, thanks for the comment about my glasses. Second time tonight I've been called intimidated with these sunglasses.
I know.
But maybe it's a fan of me. Maybe I'm naive, but it's still the fucking Bears. I don't care about anything that I just said. If they're good, they're playing well, whatever. Fuck the Bears. It will and always will be fuck the Bears. I am going Packers 35, Bears 14. Like, I just an absolute
wow.
Fuck them. Horrible fucking franchise. Horrible team. And to your point, Trevor, like you said, the Packers have everything to lose. I don't necessarily know that's true. I think everything that happens to the Packers now is extra. I think everything that's happened to the Packers has been extra since they got that 6th win. Because just from expectations alone, so. I think this team is hot. I think they're ready to go. These young guys are going to be excited to play. So maybe like I said, maybe I'm naive. Maybe it's the fan in me, but I do think that the Packers come in and absolutely blow the doors off the Bears
here. If you don't make the playoffs because of the Bears,
I get that point, but it's not going to happen.
Especially after beating the Chiefs, which they're not great, but still.
I'm like, but look who's waiting for us on the other side. A defense that's coached by Al Harris.
Correct. Yeah. Do we want in this game?
Now look, y'all are in Wisconsin where you can wear your, Green Bay stuff without getting beat up. But I am in Texas. I don't know if I want them to go to the playoffs and lose against the Cowboys. Like, I don't know if I want that to happen. But I want them to beat the Bears because that's my clientele on Twitter. That's who they come to see me make fun of the Bears. So I'm gonna have to say Packers up 24-14. Yeah, I'm a little scared of this game though.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be close in either direction at least. But I'm a guy who believes in the storylines. Like, what's gonna create the best storyline? And if the Packers lose this game, I think the Packers will finish third in the division. What does that mean? That means Aaron Rodgers has to play in Lambeau next year.
Yes.
And I don't see how that doesn't happen. Could there be a situation where Aaron Rodgers goes to Chicago, right? And it's like, okay, the owner comes back one more time. That's a great storyline. But him returning to Lambeau is a much better storyline. So I assume the Bears win this game. I assume you're just going to out-tough the Packers in the same way where the Cowboys just look like shit and they shrivel whenever anybody just punches them in the mouth. I feel like the Packers are going to do the same thing. But yeah, I think it's going to be a close game. I'm going to go Bears win 23-20. Again, Packers favored by 44.5 over under. Both offenses should be relatively full in terms of the amount of weapons they have. And it's just going to come down to mistakes. And we've seen both these teams make plenty of mistakes. Will LaFleur get too cute? That's my biggest worry. Like, I don't think Jordan Love's going to come out and throw 3 interceptions. Like, I just don't see that happening. But I could see the Packers panicking off the opening kickoff and just being completely, disrattled. That's not even a real word the whole way, Joey, go ahead.
I would give a lot of money to see a Keyshawn Nixon return touchdown to start the game.
That'd be massive. There's almost no way you lose the game if you do that. We shall see. He hasn't had one this year, right?
No.
Also, Stoof, this is a Germany hat. It's neither.
So, quick question. We're looking ahead really fast. Keyshawn Nixon, no kick return touchdown, mediocre on defense, obviously. Do you re-sign him?
Yeah.
For $6 million or whatever?
Yeah.
Just because of how bad the special teams have been in the past, or what?
Yes, I think he has shown he's a playmaker, and you need playmakers.
Do you think? I mean, obviously, we want to use him on offense, right? But do you think Jaden Reed back there would be enough, or do we need him exclusively for offense?
We need him for offense.
Yeah.
Christian Watson back there. Fuck it. Who cares? He gets hurt anyway.
I get the idea of, like, I totally understand it, that you don't have your best players, returning kicks just to avoid injury or whatever. There's a really good case to make to have your best players returning kicks and to have the ball in your best players' hands.
Well, it should be situational. Like, we saw with the Chiefs, if it's a big moment, they put Tyreek Hill back there.
Of course.
I'm not saying, and we truly don't know. Like, is Jaden Reed the better option? Probably not. But
right.
Just across the board, I agree. You should have your best player back there. We saw Odell go back there, obviously, in big moments and stuff like that. Joey agrees with Luke. Not that score, but we can go on a roll. This team can be special. I do. If the Packers win, I do think it's probably. I mean, it probably could get pretty lopsided. I feel like the Packers are a team like that. Like, if the ball's bouncing their way, it only bounces their way. Like, there's just no middle ground with this Packers team, as Janet said earlier. It's like they show up or they just don't show up.
I will say, everyone, we were talking about storylines here. It would absolutely suck if we lost to Mike McCarthy in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be horrible.
That's even worse. I forgot about him.
If this team plays the Cowboys,
we're not.
Cowboys should win. I would not. That would be the one first round matchup I wouldn't be shocked if the Packers won. Outside of the Lions, of course, but
I would be shocked if we went into Dallas and beat them.
I think we have a better chance beating them than San Francisco and Philly, though.
Well, San Francisco, obviously. Philly's bad. We can beat Philly.
Yeah, they're not good.
Anyone can beat Philly. We saw the Cardinals beat
Arizona did.
Yeah.
Jonathan Gannon did. I can.
Yeah, no shit. That dude sucks. He should be fired for that. I hate that guy. I feel like I had something. Oh, yeah. So while we were doing the show, the Pro Bowl rosters came out.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yep. And I see Packers Twitter upset. Packers have 0 Pro Bowlers.
Oh,
shocker. When are they not upset?
Well, true, but like, who would be a Pro Bowler from this team?
I mean, I thought for sure Keyshawn Nixon is a returner.
No, he hasn't done anything. Turpin?
No,
fair. But has he returned anything this year?
Oh, the person who got it's Rashid Shaheed, but like, there's Nixon shouldn't be top 5.
No, I agree. I just thought that he had the most return yards. Everyone, once someone makes it, everyone's like, oh, he's got to be the best for the next 10 years. Given Matthew Slater, this is not a shot at Matthew Slater, but just given the fact that Matthew Slater has been voted to the Pro Bowl every year for like the last 900 years, that nobody else knows other than any special teamers. That's why I thought Keyshawn Nixon would make it. That's
fair. Any positions that you're interested in that you want me to read off? Or no?
Yeah, like quarterback right off the top. How many injuries there's been?
Okay, so quarterbacks. I'm just gonna read NFC for right now. We got Dak. We got Bolden must be the starter. So we got Brock Purdy, the starter, and then there's Dak and Stafford. Wide receivers. We got AJ Brown, CD Lamb, and then Mike Evans and Puka Nacua made it.
Interesting. Yeah, it makes sense.
Running backs. Christian McCaffrey, DeAndre Swift, Kyron Williams.
Swift.
Fullback is Juice. Tight ends, we got George Kittle and then Sam Laporta.
Good.
Tackles, Lane Johnson, Trent Williams, and Penei Sewell. Guards are Zach Martin, Chris Lindstrom, and Landon Dickerson. Center, Jason Kelsey and Frank Ragnow. Defensive ends, we got Bosa and then Montez Sweat made it for the Bears.
Good for him.
And then Aiden Hutchinson. Interior linemen, Aaron Donald, Dexter Lawrence, and Javon Hargrave. Outside backers, Daniil Hunter, Micah Parsons, Hassan Reddick. Inside backer, Fred Warner and Bobby Wagner. Corners, Deron Bland, obviously. Charvarius Ward. Jalen Johnson from the Bears, who, again, did not practice today. Hopefully he's out. And Devon Witherspoon. Free safety, Jesse Bates. Strong safety, Buda Baker and Julian Love. Punter, Brian Angerer. Place kicker, Brandon Aubrey. Long snapper, Andrew DePaula from the Vikings, Rashid Shaheed for returner, and Jalen Reeves-Maben for special teamer from Detroit. So a lot of people are upset about Packers. A lot of people are upset about Noah Monra. He didn't make it, and Puka made it.
I mean, I get that. I get that argument for Puka.
I mean, I don't get the argument. I understand why he's more popular, but whatever. It is what it is. I like Puka.
Yeah.
Just quickly glancing at AFC just to see if there's anything egregious, I suppose. Tua's the starter over Lamar and Patrick Mahomes.
Josh Allen didn't make it. That's kind of crazy. Which it's not crazy, but for how popular he is, it's crazy.
Yeah, and no Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
If he's eligible, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, I don't think.
Bills fans are pissed about that.
They should be, but it's right. I mean, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, no Joe Flacco's a little alarming. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he should be out there for at least a position.
Joe Flacco's on a 2012 run right now.
Also,
they're resting Joe Flacco this week.
Also, somebody tweeted it out. Multiple people did, and it's so true. Like Joe Flacco practiced against the Ravens and played against the Steelers. He ain't scared of shit. Like they would fuck you up. So he's molded by that fire.
Yeah, he should be. He's played a lot of bad football lately, though.
Yes.
To come back, good for him. And I love all of his interviews. Like, I don't know why I wasn't getting a call. And you know what? Like the way he's playing, he can say that. But if he said that before playing, we'd be giving him so much shit.
I mean, Lamar Jackson MVP?
Yeah. I mean, I've been saying it since week 2, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not close.
Probably not. No, I agree.
You know who should be comeback player of the year, and we're not talking about it, though? Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
Aren't we? We're not even mentioning Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
Yeah, one guy died because his body was too weak, and he's the favorite.
But to be fair, he's barely the favorite now because of fucking Joe Flacco.
You know how bad
Joe Flacco came back from 2012, though.
You know how bad you gotta be to die on a fucking field and not win comeback player of the year?
You should be able to. You should have to play in at least 5 games, though, to come back.
Yeah, you should.
I think that Russell Wilson should be getting voted for comeback player of the year.
I mean, sure.
Okay.
He had more touchdowns
multiple
than
years in a
Bathrooms
row.
earlier this year.
Russell Wilson didn't play that bad.
Are the Broncos out of that division? They can still win that division, right?
No.
No, because
that
they
last last week.
I thought they were out.
I was rooting hard for them.
They were in a position.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What they do next year is going to be insane. But yeah, this was Lombardi Sweep. Anything else you guys want to say before we get out of here?
No, I don't think so. I played a basketball tournament last weekend, and basketball running is a different animal than any kind of exercise in the world.
It catches up with you fast.
Very fast.
Yeah.
I'm going to the Spurs Bucks game tomorrow, so look for me on TV.
Ooh. Bucks just got their dicks kicked in by Indiana again.
Did they?
Yeah.
Halliburton's a problem, baby. Oshkosh's finest.
Yeah.
Weird how Trevor's come around on Halliburton now,
Right.
huh? Weird. Interesting.
Also, I want to say that the
Revise history.
Spurs. I want to say that the Spurs have lost their damn minds. Whoever is like the ticket prices are ridiculous.
Wow.
Considering I didn't even.
Are they bad? Because it's
They're-
Wemby, I guess.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to pay for Wemby.
Yeah, fair. Someone's got
It's
to pay Popovich too.
It is absolutely crazy considering last year nobody cared for the games. And now, like, where I'm sitting by myself because I'm going by myself. But, like, if you're looking in pairs, it's like each ticket is $300 where I'm sitting.
Yeah.
And yeah. It's ridiculous. It's like row 30 too. It's not even like if I was up close. So whoever is in charge for ticketing prices and all that stuff and reselling tickets, y'all are insane. It's the Spurs.
It's the Bucks, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I will say, like the Spurs have been very bad. Like, here's a little NBA talk. The Spurs have been very bad. Devin Vassell's been awesome for the Spurs. Nobody knows what he has.
So is Keldon Johnson.
Yeah.
But
I will admit that their TikToks are really fun.
They are. Agreed, Janet.
Their TikToks.
But if I can pull a Charles Barkley, the ticket prices are up because those big old women in San Antonio need to buy 2 seats.
Hey, I'm
true.
actually very small.
I didn't say you, Janet. Don't send your Twitter horde at me, all right?
No, they're ridiculous. Those prices.
I have one. I know. Once again, we're running kind of long, but I got on a pirate TikTok, like real pirates,
Really?
like the U.S. military ships, like going through the Middle East and pirates coming up. It's really.
That's sick.
Yeah, it is. Like, they have to put barbed wire all over the ships, and they shoot like these huge water cannons at them. It's crazy.
Okay.
That's I do like that. Whenever you get into a weird rabbit hole and TikTok respects it for you,
Yeah,
that it does. It's
I highly check it out. It's pretty cool.
Just make sure that you hide your likes or whatever.
Right.
So we got Stu thinks he can 1v2 us in basketball. Well, I mean, who knows? Actually, I won't ask. But
considering this might be our last time together or whatever, and maybe Joe Barry's last game, are we throwing a party? Like if he's gone?
If Joe Barry's fired this time next week, we'll have a pizza party.
Oh,
yay!
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I will drive up just for us to have a party.
We should. We should. Chris wants to know Michigan or Washington. My heart's with Washington. I got to do it.
Yeah, I'll never root for Michigan, so Washington.
Yeah.
Washington has a mascot. Michigan doesn't. That's all you need to know.
Joe Barry hot tub
Michigan's very good.
Michigan is very good. They block and tackle like an NFL team.
Yeah, they're very, very good.
I have a question.
Fox better than Halliburton.
What question?
Halliburton's better than Fox, but I got a question here real quick.
Okay.
Is Jim Harbaugh likable?
Yes.
I like Jim Harbaugh. I don't mind Jim Harbaugh.
He's very funny.
I mean, is he likable? No, but that's probably why I like him.
He's the antithesis.
Objectively, no.
Yeah, he's the antithesis of a football guy, which I usually respect, but I just can't come around to liking him.
You're not supposed to.
Okay.
He's not the character you're supposed to like or cheer for, but I like the heel. He is definitely that.
Yeah, I feel like he's not he is the heel, but he needs to be more villainous if he's going to be a heel.
He should be. Yeah, he should have leaned into it more.
Yeah,
for sure. But he will once he leaves Michigan this offseason.
And goes to the Chargers.
Yeah. So I mean, especially if they lose to Washington and he leaves, that fan base will turn on him. And that's the fan base that needs to turn on him.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'm rooting for that then.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all we got. Again, we'll do a show next week regardless. Hopefully it is a pizza party celebrating Joe Barry's demise.
If not, we'll give out our awards for the season.
True.
Oh,
yeah.
Big
awards. Special awards.
They're all waiting for us.
Mm-hmm. Get ready for most improved. It'll be a good one. But yeah, we'll be back next week.